Subject-verb agreement is a fundamental grammatical concept in some languages like English that establishes the agreement or harmony between the subject and the verb in a sentence. This agreement is based on the number of the subject, which refers to whether the subject is singular or plural. When constructing a sentence, it is crucial to ensure that the subject and the verb are in agreement to maintain grammatical accuracy and clarity, especially in formal occasions. Please take note that the following are the subject-verb agreement rules applicable to the standard American English. Other variations might have different rules on this. Rule number 1. If the subject of the sentence is a singular noun, use the singular form of verb. For example, Carla walks his dog every day. The subject of the sentence is singular. Therefore, the verb in the sentence is in singular form. Remember that the singular form of an action verb adds the letter S to the end of its base form. Another example, the boy is playful. The boy is a singular noun and the verb is in singular form. Rule number 2. If the subject of a sentence is a plural noun, use the plural form of verb. The dogs bark. The subject dogs is a plural noun, hence the verb is in plural form. Also, remember that the plural form of action verbs are in its base form, so you wouldn't add any S. Cats are sleepy. Here, the subject is plural and the verb are is also in plural form. Rule number 3. If the subject of a sentence is either the pronouns he, she, or it, use the singular form of verb. Here's an example. He loves to eat ice cream. This sentence uses the singular form of verb, and so does the sentences, she is Vietnamese, and it is a wonderful day. Rule number 4. If the subject of the sentence is either the pronouns I, you, we, or they, use the plural form of verb. Like, they give us free food samples. Give is in plural form. We are all in this together. Plural form. You talk a lot. Plural form. I want to do something. Plural form. Rule number 5. If the subject of a sentence is a singular indefinite pronoun, use the singular form of verb. An indefinite pronoun is a pronoun that does not refer to a specific person, object, or thing. Some of the examples of singular indefinite pronouns are someone, something, nobody, nothing, anyone, and anything. For example, someone is at the door. Someone is a singular indefinite pronoun, thus it uses a singular form of verb, is. Rule number 6. If the subject of the sentence is a plural indefinite pronoun, use the plural form of verb. Examples of plural indefinite pronouns include several, any, few, and many. Here's the sentence. Many believe that the legend is true. The subject is many, which is a plural indefinite pronoun. The verb used in the sentence is believe, which is in its plural form. Before we proceed, you can actually like this video if you actually like it. Now, continuing with rule number 7. If there are more than one subject and they are connected with the word and, use the plural form of verb. To demonstrate, that man and that woman live in the same apartment. There are two subjects here, the man and the woman. They are connected by the word and, so the verb must agree with these two subjects. Live has no S in the end because it is in plural form. Rule number 8. If there are more than one subject and they are connected by the words or nor, or with the phrases either or neither nor, the verb must agree with the subject closer to it. It's a little bit confusing, but hear me out. Neither the students nor the teacher knows the answer. As you can see, among the two subjects, the teacher is closer to the verb. It is singular. Therefore, the verb must be in singular form. Now reverse the position of the subjects. Neither the teacher nor the students know the answer. The subjects students is now closer to the verb. It is plural. For that reason, the verb used in the sentence is in plural form. Rule number 9. If the subject of the sentence are titles, names, measurements, or amount of money, use the singular form of verb. The Lord of the Rings is one of my favorite movie trilogies. The Lord of the Rings is a title of a movie. For that case, it must be the singular form of verb. 3 days is not enough to finish the project. 3 days is a measurement of time. $10 seems a reasonable amount to watch this movie in a film theater. $10 is an amount of money, and the verb seems is in singular form. Rule number 10. If the subject of the sentence is a collective noun and is used as a single entity, use the singular form of verb. It's quite tricky to understand. Collective nouns refer to a group of people, animals, or things considered as a single unit. In this example, the family is going on a vacation. The family here refers to a family as a unit, as a whole. The orchestra is performing well. Orchestra here refers to the group as a whole. The orchestra is acting like a single entity. Tricky, right? But let's compare it with rule number 11. If the subject of the sentence is a collective noun and is used to emphasize the individual members of the group, use the plural form of the verb. To show you what I mean, the family are arguing about their plans. The family here emphasizes the individual family members. They were not arguing as a whole. The individual members of the family are arguing with each other. So the verb is in plural form. Rule number 12. If the subject of the sentence is a gerund, use the singular form of verb. Well, gerund is a word composed of a verb and the suffix ing, like swimming, running, studying, or playing. Gerund is a verb, but it can act like a noun. Here's an example. Swimming is one of my favorite activities. The subject here is swimming, which is a gerund. As a result, the verb used is in singular form. Rule number 13. If there are multiple verbs referring to the subject in a sentence, these verbs must agree to the subject. For example, Theo plays the guitar, sings beautifully, and writes his own songs. Theo, as we should know, is singular, so all of the verbs pertaining to him must be in singular form. Plays, sings, and writes. Another, the children laugh, dance, and play in the park. The children is a plural noun. The verbs laugh, dance, and play are in plural form. And rule number 14, if a phrase follows the subject, the verb still agrees with the subject, not the phrase. Like, Rod, along with his kids, is going to the mall. The main subject here is Rod. For that reason, the subject used is in singular form since Rod is a singular being. We should ignore the phrase in front of it. And that is the end. Well, as far as I know, I hope you learned something and please tell me in the comments if I forgot anything. Can you create sentences using these rules? Let me know. Bye for now. Peace.